He just went crazy on it. He was hammering with a screwdriver in there, just prying it out of there. It's amazing. We might still be able to salvage this toilet. Those are icicles, baby. It's rock solid! Ah!
No, we just need it to rain.
These are the tales of Boab.
It's a beautiful morning here in the bay. Joel is getting busy playing some chess. I was just reading a book over here on my Kindle, and we're just wondering what Poopsie's up to. Hey there, girl. What are you doing up here? What's going on, Poops? Oh, hey, old girl. Oh, hey. Good morning. Good morning, girl. Did you poop on the bow? Did you poop on the bow, Lola? That's great news. She had her morning poop. That's 3 days in a row that she's pooped on the boat. Oh, nice poop. Good poop, Lola. I'm so proud of you. We've been getting pretty busy working on the boat, making some improvements to our systems like the refrigeration, like the lights. Gosh, we've been up to a lot. What else have we done this week, Joel?
We worked on the toilet quite a bit.
Yeah. So we got a complete maintenance rebuild kit for our Groco K-style toilet, and we replaced a lot of the things that we thought were causing it to not work correctly. And then we made a big mistake. We got the piston stuck. Maybe Isaac will have a new toilet that we can buy. Oh, girl.
All Lola's boatyard friends came to say hello. Oh, she misses this place. There's no doubt about it. Do you miss this place, Michael?
No, not really. I miss the toilet and the shower.
Speaking of toilet,
Let's see what we can do with this baby.
so we've got a big hook screw and we threaded it into the bronze because there's no threads on the piston. Now we just got to get some way to really yank up on it.
Okay, we're back at the boat, and I just got to tell you guys, one of the things I love most about Joel is that he never gives up. I gave up, Johan gave up. We didn't think it was possible to get the piston back out. I started telling him, you know, if we can't get it fixed, we'll just buy a new toilet. He was taking me around to some of the abandoned boats in the yard and showing me all the toilets. We found a pretty decent looking Jabsco one. I come to tell Joel, and he's almost got the piston out. He just went crazy on it. He was hammering with a screwdriver in there, just prying it out of there. And he eventually got this piece out. It's amazing. We might still be able to salvage this toilet.
Like I always say, where there's a will, there's a Jill. We had one blissful day of a working toilet, and what a beautiful day that was. That was yesterday. Today, we decided to take it to the next level and go number 2. Ever since we purchased the boat, which has been over 4 years ago, the toilet has worked more or less pretty well. Up until about a year ago, when Michael and I returned after the last hurricane season here in Luperon, then the toilet definitely was not working correctly. First, it was the joker valve. We addressed that, pretty simple issue. Now, what we've determined after all of this is it's the piston rings. And wouldn't you know it, those brand new piston rings that just came in our nice, shiny new rebuild kit, those piston rings were damaged during the whole removal of the piston process. So that's going to set us back a little bit. That's going to be a game changer right there. Over 4 years ago, when the original bums, myself and my brother and friend, when we purchased this boat, the owner bragged about the refrigerator. It's a Technotics Cool Blue compressor unit. and we knew nothing about refrigerators. When we got on here and turned it on to use it, we noticed it got 50 degrees, you know, kind of cold, never would have even come close to freezing anything, and it drew a lot from the battery bank. So we decided we don't really need a fridge, it's not a necessity, we're not going to rely on the fridge. So we really didn't use it. And fast forward, you know, 4 years later,
Met some friends here in Luperon, Russell and Janice, and they invited us on their boat, and we found out that they have the exact same refrigerator unit as we do. They have a massive cooler that they've insulated, turned into a fridge freezer combo. They can actually keep food frozen solid in that thing, and we realized that's what our unit is capable of. So we decided to do a lot more research into it, and we realized, lo and behold, she needs some routine maintenance.
ever since we've had the boat, the refrigerator has been decent, but we've actually never done any maintenance on it. So right now I've got a can of refrigerant all hooked up. Our neighbor Brian on Timmy's Run, that's a Canadian thing, it's apparently some sort of a coffee shop that everybody knows about in Canada. They let us use this hose, which is huge. We're about ready to add some refrigerant and crossing our fingers that we're all of a sudden gonna have a nice cold, possibly ice cold refrigerator. That's gonna be a game changer. Natalie, thanks for the hose. The hose is,
did it work?
we're in the process of seeing right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a Technotics Cool Blue compressor, and you don't need any gauges to fill the refrigerant. Apparently there's a little window at the top. It's kind of a hard access point, but this is what we got our hose hooked up to, the compressor. The sight glass is right here, so obviously you can't see down into it. You see a lot of bubbles, then it means you need more refrigerant. It's hard to get to, you can't really look down on it. So I've got Michael's makeup mirror, and I've got just enough of an angle, and when I shine this epic big sun spotlight, this is a rechargeable spotlight. This was a recent birthday present to me from my best buddy in the whole world, Bo King. Thank you, Bo. Why is this such a game changer? Well, first of all, because it's rechargeable by DC. You don't need to use inverters, and it draws very little from your battery bank. Second, it's super bright. It's portable. You don't have wires like cords. It's coming in clutch in so many ways. It's going to continue to once we're underway, shining for buoys and all sorts of stuff. Also has this nice little feature here. Tripod, you can set it up. Game changer. I can see the sight glass, and I still see bubbles. So another 5 seconds, we'll wait 5 minutes, and we'll continue this process until the bubbles stop and the ice begins. Turn it on, count to 5, turn it off, let the refrigerator run for 5 minutes, check the sight glass. If you still see bubbles, do it again. 5 seconds, run for 5 minutes. So we've just done the first 5 seconds, and we'll see how things go from here. During the whole troubleshooting process, not only did we learn that we needed more refrigerant, but also that we possibly had a bad thermostat. And the way that we were able to troubleshoot that is to remove the 2 wires from the unit that run to the thermostat and make a jumper wire. And you just bypass the thermostat completely. What was happening was the fridge would turn on and then shut off. And sometimes it wouldn't turn on at all. You would turn it on and knock it and hit it, and it wouldn't power on. We jumped it, and what we discovered is a huge boat hack. Before we removed the thermostat, this unit was drawing close to 4 amps. Right now it's drawing 2.4, 2.5. So we've dropped 1.5 amps, and for our power consumption, that's a huge game changer. So just a nice little boat hack. I don't even know if we're gonna worry about wiring up the thermostat anytime soon.
It's actually really improving our quality of life because we've got ice cold water. You see that? Those are icicles, baby. We also bought some hamburger the other day. Joel loves a hamburger. Let's see how that's doing in our makeshift freezer. It's still frozen. It's still frozen. The cheese
demonstration
is frozen too. This has almost been 24 hours since we bought it. It's rock solid. It's rock solid. so cold. So nice. We actually have a problem with staying hydrated on the boat, or we have in the past, because it's not like, you don't really want to drink piss warm water. You know, when it's really hot out, you're like, oh, I should really drink some water. Oh, that's really just super warm. I don't want to drink it. But when the water's freaking cold, you want to drink as much of it as you possibly can. A fridge is basically a necessity. I'm learning.
A fridge is a necessity. If it's not a necessity, it's a game changer.
It's a huge
game changer. So we're gonna be a little
I think we're diversify. Gonna be a lot healthier.
We're gonna diversify our diet. Rice and beans are great, but to be able to add a few little items here and there.
Hamburgers, cheese, yogurt.
And to have ice, just a nice cold glass of OJ.
But cold drinking water is like the #1 thing.
Yeah, huge game changer.
For naked ice, the cold plate is frozen solid, which we've never seen. I've been living on this boat for over 2 years now. Joel's been living on the boat for 4 years, on and off. And the refrigerator has never performed like it's performing for us right now. We're not even surviving, we're thriving out here in the anchorage. It's amazing.
No, we just need it to rain.
What do you have there, Joel?
A tarp, it's a rain catcher. It's
an epic tarp.
An epic rain catcher.
Let's see if I can get kind of the gist of it here.
It's gonna funnel right into our little bucket here.
You've got it strapped up on the lifelines to create a little trough, weighted down with some jugs. Once that overfills, whoosh, it's flowing down here into a bucket.
Having a rain catching system is a huge game changer. For two main reasons. One, it's really luxurious to use water like you have it. To take a long shower and not worry so much, it's huge. And when you know you got all this water for free, that's a game changer. The second is when you're sleeping at night and it's starting to rain really hard, usually that's kind of depressing. You're bummed out thinking about what might be leaking. It's just not a fun feeling. But when you know you're catching water, it's super exciting. And when you hear it raining, coming down hard, you just smile and sleep even better.
Oh, hi. Fifth and final game changer here is this chair.
Which goes with this chair.
We had the one that Joel's sitting on all along that came with the boat, but this one we just got this week, and this is a major game changer because it makes it so much more comfortable for both of us to hang out here in the cockpit, and when we're underway we can both have a comfy spot to hang out. You'll notice that our cockpit bench as it is really not that comfortable for any length of time.
Show us how you relax on it.
You just don't. You really don't. It's just these teak bars, and you're gonna have bar marks on your bum if you're sitting here for any length of time. It's not even remotely comfortable at all. Like I don't know.
So those are our 5 game changers for the week. Unfortunately, the toilet is a bit of a disappointing game changer at the moment. But in other news, Michael has a birthday coming up very soon.
That's right. My birthday's tomorrow, and I told Joel that all I want for my birthday is to go sailing. So that's our goal for this next week, is to take her out and do a shakedown cruise. So the next time you see us, we're going to be out there on the water shaking it up.
Yeah, so we don't really want to make miles without a working toilet, although don't tempt us. Don't push us too hard. We just might send it. But we're definitely going to go do a shakedown cruise, test out the sails, the rigging, the keel, the rudder under more strain, and see how that goes. So next episode, that's what it's going to be, barring some sort of huge fiasco that stops us from sailing.
Oh, don't even jinx us like
I'm just saying. You never know out here. You just never know.
No, we're doing it tomorrow, probably.
We're going to send it, so next time you see us, we're going to be sailing. Hopefully we're not talking about toilets and all this stuff. That's just working, and we're cruising. We're talking about the beautiful scenery. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. We really like those. Those are game changers.
The thumbs up are game changers for sure.
You're game changers. Our patrons are game changers. There's just game changers coming out of my nose here.
Left and right.
Is that a game changer?
Whoa.
These are the tales of Moab.
Over here. Over here.
Come on, Willie. Pay attention. Focus.
Moab! Lola dipped.
How come you're so quiet?